So we're back in the woods, Whisky and I, having a little wander around, and it just reminded me of something that somebody asked me last week. I was out in Poland with a lovely group of people, and one of the people asked me, Sonia, what do you do? We were talking about feedback, so it's follows on from the last video. And he said, Sonia, what do you do when you need to talk about something with somebody? You need to have some feedback, you need to give them some feedback and discuss a situation, but every time you do, they get really emotional. And therefore what I'm doing is I'm just avoiding the conversation, really. I'm not having it. How do I have that conversation? And it's really interesting because it's something that happens to me as well, and how I have dealt with it in the past hasn't always been the best way. So either I've avoided it, like he's avoiding it, or I have made a sort of generalized statement in front of everybody. So for example, there was a event that I was facilitating, there was a group that I was facilitating, and there was this one person who was very emotional about something, really wanted to get that out on the table, wasn't interested in the conversation that everybody else was having and our agenda for the day, because she really wanted to talk about this one thing. And so what she was doing was she kept interjecting, and she kept making little like snide remarks, and I could feel myself getting a bit worked up about it. Big amygdala hijack. And I instead of addressing what she was saying, I made this generalized statement about please everyone make sure that if you make a contribution here, that it's one that is useful. Now, I had a lot of people thanking me for actually at least attempting to address it, but then it also left people with a sense of, well, I'm making useful contributions, so what's she talking about? So this is what I suggest that you do. One is, yes, absolutely, address the emotion. Okay, address the emotion, do not let it go by. Okay, but address it as something tangible. Yeah, give it acknowledgement. Yeah, and then move on. So for example, if you are trying to give somebody some feedback and this person is getting very emotional about it, acknowledge it. Say, I can see, I can hear, I can feel that this is important to you, that this is something that might be difficult for you to handle, and I totally understand that. And what we have to do today is address this. So you acknowledge the emotion, you acknowledge where that person is. You say, I totally understand and see what's happening for you, and this is what we need to talk about. We need to move forward from this. So if somebody is getting really upset or getting angry, then make sure that you talk about that you actually acknowledge it. It's not about having a big discussion. So acknowledge the emotion, say that you understand it, and then that this is what we've got to do. This is the objective. This is what we need to move on to. Hope that's helpful. I am going to carry on my walk and with Whisky the dog. So let me see if I can show you Whisky and where he is. There you go, lovely. Oh, he's coming up to say hello. And we're going to carry on our walk through the woods. Bye.